What's up, y'all? Six Figure Trucking, and I wanted to walk you through how to calculate your cost per mile. It's a beautiful day to sit back and do some paperwork, to do your numbers and know what you up against. All right, so it's very important to do this because a lot of people overlook this. I know I did for years. I overlooked this, and it cost me a lot of money. I didn't know what to charge. When the rates were down, I was complaining about how bad the rates were. When the rates were up, I was like, oh man, this is great. But once you know your cost per mile, it doesn't matter what the market does. You just know what you need to make, the target you need to hit in order to be successful in trucking. Whether you are a lease purchase, even if you're a company driver, you can still. I would do this as a company driver too, but definitely, ideally, is for lease purchase, owner operators, small fleet owners, and small trucking companies. This is very important to know what every truck is going to cost you, whether it's profitable or whether it's losing you money, and what you need to do in order to make it profitable. This is a very important step that you need to have in your repertoire. If you don't have this, this is the foundation for trucking success. If you don't have this foundation item set up, then you're gonna be in for a lot of pain, but not only that, you're gonna lose a lot of money by not doing this. So just sit tight and make sure you follow me all the way to the end. Definitely hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, tell people about it that needs to know this information, that wants to be successful in trucking. Make sure you share it with them, show it to them, and tell them to subscribe to the channel. We got a lot of great information coming on the Six Figure channel, Six Figure Trucking channel. So without further ado, here we go. All right, y'all, let's hop right into it. I already went ahead and plugged in some numbers, but to save a little time. But this is, like I said, the most overlooked thing that most trucking companies don't do, and usually why they end up failing. And even if they do it, they don't stick to it, because it can fluctuate. Because just because you have a set figure right now doesn't mean that it will be the same next year. So you got to make sure you stay on top of your cents per mile, or even next month. I would really do this on a monthly basis just to make sure I'm still on track with everything. Go through your bills, go through all of your bank statements, make sure you get everything down as best as possible as you can, because like I said, things change in this industry so much. It's tough to know if the numbers that you have right now are correct, because you don't want to end up losing, especially if you buy another truck and get a driver and all that kind of stuff. You're still going to need to tally up the things that you, now if you don't have, you need to tally up some things anyway. There's some things new anyway. But if you don't have the numbers, or if you're just starting out or wanting to get started in the trucking industry, then you can use kind of this idea. This is a sample. This is not like any numbers that I'm really paying, or some people are paying this, but I mean, it varies according to your situation, according to a lot of factors. So, but these are just like arbitrary numbers that are kind of like the average that I've seen, or a little bit higher in some cases. So, but like I said, make sure you do this periodically. Make sure you stay on topic and stay on top of this particular item, because this is what makes or breaks your business. All right, so here we go. All right, now these are your fixed expenses. These are the things that will not change whether or not your truck moves, or you sit at home for a month. Regardless, these are things that you will have to pay in order to keep your business afloat, keep your business running. And this is your truck payment, your insurance, load board, trailer payment, ELD, apps that you have on your phone, pre-pass, your accountant and bookkeeper. I don't really know how much. It depends on your state and depend on all the things that you got going on, but you can kind of get a rough idea by calling a couple of them. And other things that you know will not change. I left some spaces, but like I said, this is our six-figure trucking cost per mile calculator. So if you don't, all you gotta do is just get a blank sheet of paper and kind of do the same. It's the same idea. Just write down in another column how much you're spending on these areas: truck payment, insurance, load board, etc. Once you get to the bottom, you add all that up. These are your total fixed expenses. Then on here, you go to your variable costs. These are your variable expenses. These are things that change accordingly. These are things that according to whatever you got going on, the state, a lot of things, a lot of variables. So these are your variable costs. This is your fuel, your truck repairs, your truck maintenance, stuff like oil changes and different things that you want to do. Your fluids, oils, coolants, freons, all the fluids that your truck needs to run. Put $20 in there just to kind of give it a ballpark idea. Maintenance for your truck, like I said, oil change, you want $100, $200 a month. That's not that bad. Truck repairs, $800. I based it on $10,000 per year. Maintenance or truck repairs. As your truck gets older, you want to have money set aside for that. Tolls, depending on the areas that you run, but you can kind of have an idea, especially if you've been running for a month or two, or a couple months, or a couple years. You'll know how much your tolls are, or a roundabout figure how much you're spending on tolls per month. Tires, I put 150 in there. Trailer maintenance, truck repairs, trailer repairs, fuel taxes. I put $1,200 for the year, give or take. Like I said, these are just kind of example numbers. So $100 per month, and then you got this is the total for your variable expenses. So $56.75 plus $5,000. You guys will see as I move along how it's gonna look. Right here we got the driver pay. Now you're gonna pay yourself. I put $5,000 in there for the month for your salary, and if you get a driver, or you hire people that come on to the company, these are what you're gonna be paying them to run operations, or whatever the case may be, whatever you have going on. And so here we go. Then so what you do at the bottom of this particular sheet is you take all the figures, the one from the first one, which is $33.40, $56.75, $5,000 for the driver pay, and then you add that up. That number came to $14,015. So you take that number right here. This is a very important number right here. You take that, and you that's your total fixed expenses. Those are the total expenses that you pretty much that's what you want to work from. After you've calculated everything, then you divide that number. Like I said, an estimate would be about 2,500 miles per week, or 10,000 miles per month. And you take the $14,015 and you divide that by 10,000 miles, and that will give you your cost per mile. This is the number right here that you need to be aiming for. That's the most important number. You don't want to go below that, or if you have to go below your cost per mile, then you need to go to an area where your cost per mile probably increases by a whole lot more, maybe even doubles. That's the only reason why you would take something like lower than your break-even point. This is also known as your break-even point. This is what it's going to cost you to run your business. Once you got that number, everything pretty much opens up after that, and you begin to kind of have an idea of how to move and maneuver in any market, freight, anything. Like, it doesn't matter what the rates do, it doesn't matter what happens, you know how to maneuver. I also probably be doing a video on how to gauge which areas to run in. Like I said, I use Internet Truck Stop for my load board, and it costs me about $35 per month. So that's the one I go with, and it hasn't failed me yet. But this is it. This is how you calculate your cost per mile. Like I said, it's often overlooked, or if you do it, most people do it, but they don't really actually stick to it. But this is, like I said, the most important thing that you can know about your business right here. This is everything that you potentially will be spending, and what you need to be averaging to make your business profitable. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit the like button. I appreciate you guys taking time to watch this video. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.